What's up? So what I wanted to kind of talk about was this idea that I had in my head about mind over medicine. So anyone that really knows me or kind of knows about what's going on with me, you know that I have lupus and kidney disease and all that good stuff, and it's been acting up this year, right? So I kind of had like an epiphany, if you will, over this past weekend about the topic of mind over medicine. Okay, so I got diagnosed when I was 13, and I didn't have a really bad flare-up until 2016 and then 2018. And all this time in between then, those 6-7 years, I wasn't really taking any medicine. At first, yeah, I was, because I was really sick, obviously, just finding out. I was on a lot of medicine, but they weaned me down to about like one pill. And eventually I got off that one pill. So I was on nothing. I was just completely in remission, like throughout high school. Like no one, not even myself, could tell that I had this disease anymore. Like it was so far into remission that I thought I just never was gonna even have it come up again. Like I thought I got cured or something, but it was still, I just said that I had it still because I got diagnosed with it, you know. But what I really realized this weekend, when I really sat down and thought about it, was I keep saying mind over medicine, because when we think about it, your mind is such a powerful thing. If you wake up in the morning and you tell yourself it's gonna be a good day, it's gonna be a freaking good day. If you tell yourself that the situation that you're in isn't as bad as it really seems like it is in the moment, you're gonna be able to get over it in a much faster and easier way than if you were to sit there and say, this sucks, why me, and dwell on the topic or the situation. It's never gonna go away, okay? Your mind traps you in that mindset, in that place, and you can't move forward. So when I keep saying that my mind over my medicine, is because my doctor said I was crazy. My mom, me and her argued about it all the time. Me and my boyfriend now, Cameron, we argue about it all the time. Like, they tell me that I need to take this medicine, okay? That I need to take these pills that make me feel like I'm gonna throw up every day. These pills that make me can't stay out of the bathroom. These pills that mess with my vision. So my vision is messed up and I have to see special eye doctors and cure whatever's going on with my retinas and stuff now, because I've been on this pill for so many years. Pills that make my blood pressure drop like crazy, but it helps my kidneys. These pills that make me dizzy. These pills that just hurt my body, that I had to sign a paper saying that I will not get pregnant with all these pills, because they will 100% give my baby a defect. Why would I want to put these pills into my body for the rest of my life, when that's what doctors are telling you? That's what your parents are telling me, or my parents are telling me, because they want me to be healthy by putting poison in me. So it's just like a conflict that I've been having over the years, and I definitely learned my lesson when it came to my medicine and when I should and should not take it, because I have to understand that yes, I do have a disease. So there is a time when I am going to have to take those medicines. As much as I freaking hate it, there's sometimes I do have to take it, and that's okay. But it doesn't need to be a drawn out process. You see, a lot of people that I've heard stories about or talked to that had the same disease, that have got diagnosed at a younger age. We saw children's doctors. So I was at Children's Hospital out in Madeira, and when they switched from a children's doctor to an adult doctor, a lot of people have a lot of hiccups in their remission, because they're seeing new doctors. The doctors want to either change the medicine, up their medicine, lower the medicine. Their body is going into shock. It can't handle what's going on. Just weird stuff's happening, you know. Like if you're in the same routine every day for years and then all of a sudden you get a new job and you're doing graveyard instead now, like your body's not going to be able to handle it and it goes out of whack. Same thing with me. I was 18 or 19 and my children's doctor passed away, so I had to go to an adult doctor. And right when that happened, I started having issues again with my lupus, and I noticed more problems, and they upped the pills that I was already off. And then I started to get upset because I knew that I was fine without those medicine. Like my numbers were good, my kidneys were good, my lupus was inactive, I knew I was fine. Why are you upping my pills for everything? Like it didn't make sense to me. I was upset. I get that you have a degree, but it's my body, and I'm pretty sure I know my body better than you know my body, no matter what those numbers say. So I fought it and I fought it and I fought it, and it made me grow an extreme anger towards doctors. And I know that's a horrible thing to say because I respect and I love my doctors that I do have. They're the same doctors, but it's just like doctors have a degree and they can tell you how to fix something, but everyone reacts differently. So just because my numbers is the same as someone else's numbers with the same condition doesn't mean that I'm gonna react the same as them. Does that make sense? So it just really frustrated me when they wanted to start changing my medicine and all that. Anyway, time went on. I was still fine even though they're upping my medicine, because of course I wasn't taking it. I wasn't listening. I would get it from the pharmacy. I would leave it at home. I never take it. If they would ask me if I take it, I'd say yeah, but we all know I wasn't, and they didn't know the difference because my numbers were fine anyway, because I knew I felt fine and I was fine. And I really think that when I did get diagnosed, I took the healthier approach, the approach of just being healthy. Like I changed my diet 120%. I went from eating like bologna and freaking pancakes every day to eating rice, chicken, sweet potatoes, vegetables, oatmeal, like just whole natural foods. I cut out soda 100%. I cut out fast food 100%. I would only eat like pizza or burgers like every so often, special occasions, or if I would go out with my family or friends, I would eat something. I'm not gonna freaking starve myself or like bring my chicken with me. Like I wasn't prepping for anything. I just wanted to be healthy, and with that I did get really healthy. I gained healthy weight and I was strong and I was happy and I was healthy. My kidneys were working, my lupus was in remission. And what I think what really got me was not the fact that I wasn't on my medicine. It was the fact that for me, I think everyone's body's different, but for me, my triggers to my lupus flares is stress. 110% stress. So I flared for the first time, a little one. I thought it was big at the time, but it was very little. In 2016, like right around the anniversary of my 6th year getting diagnosed, which is my sister's birthday, so twice it happened to her, sorry. But I started to have signs of flaring around then, and I didn't really know why. I was just really stressed out. When I think about it later, it's because maybe 1 to 2 weeks before that I started to flare, my boyfriend cheated on me at the time. The guy, I'm not with him anymore if you're wondering. He cheated on me, and within a week or two I was out of work, out of school, and I was on a buttload of medications again. I was sick out of my mind. My lupus was full on in effect, and that lasted for only about 3 months. I was really sick for about 3 months. After about 2 to 3 weeks, I was back to work. I don't think I called off work once. They just gave me a couple weeks off because I was really sick, and they were nice enough to do that. So I took off about 2 weeks and I just went back to work and I just pushed through it. I just think I didn't work out for about 3 months. I kind of wasn't really eating for 3 months, so I like kind of was like just kind of did whatever I wanted through the end of that year. And then 2017, I was 100% back to normal. My kidneys are back to their full potential of functioning. My lupus was 100% back in remission. However, my doctors just didn't want to wean me off any medicine. And they even said I was in remission again. They said my kidneys were functioning on their own again. And these pills made me very, very, very sick, okay? I would be at work just standing there and I would get dizzy spells. I felt like I was falling down. I couldn't even stand straight. And I was trying to help people. And I couldn't do that because I felt dizzy. I was always running to the bathroom because these pills made me sick all the time. And I just couldn't understand why they would keep me on it. And so I took it upon myself to wean myself off of it. And even to this day, my doctor, my mom, my boyfriend, they all want to blame me for not taking my pills, the reason why I flared. But I know that's not the reason why. Yes, I probably should have stayed on them when I felt the flare coming on. I got back on them, but I really don't think that's the reason why, because I went a year without those pills fine. It wasn't until the end of 2017, about January 2018, I moved out on my own and I was going through the most stress in my life. I realized how not ready I was to move out, and it was just Christmas time. We just put a bunch of money into the apartment. I was buying stuff left and right because we weren't prepared at all. It was like a 2-month decision to get the apartment, move out, get everything. Like, it was very last minute and I was freaking out. I was so stressed. Within that time, I had to try to transfer from a different location for my job. I was trying to switch schools. I was trying to find another job. It was just crazy. I was so stressed out. Nothing was going right. I was being promised hours. I was not getting those hours. They cut my pay and all this type of stuff was going on. It was crazy and it just stressed me out. I was literally covering at 2 different clubs. I would close, this isn't even allowed, but I did it anyway because I wanted the freaking money and I thought I could handle it. I would close in Turlock Gym it closes at 11 p.m. I would drive home, which is 30 minutes, and then I'd open 3:30 a.m. at Atwater Gym. Okay, my ass did not fucking sleep. I was freaking tired. And then after I opened, by 8:30 a.m. I would drive my ass back to Modesto, go to school all day, and then go back to Turlock, close, and do it all over again. I was freaking exhausted, and on top of that, I was trying to find another job and transfer schools. I just could not handle it. Oh, and I was in chem. Don't take chem while doing graveyard and freaking opening. That shit ain't fun. Anyway, I'll be honest, I just couldn't handle it. I did not have my priorities straight. Well, I did, but I just couldn't handle all my priorities at the time because I put way too much on my plate. And I was so stressed. And at first, I just thought I was depressed because I was just so unhappy. But then I realized I was freaking sick and I needed help. And that was the first time that I've had a flare that was that bad, that felt like I was a little kid again. I ended back up in the hospital, which that story I told a few videos back and kind of told you about the last flare and what kind of happened. But going back to the topic of mind over medicine, is I truly mean that. Like, while I'm trying to recover, it's October 10th now. I got sick in the beginning of January, officially sick February 1st. So that's 9 months, 10 months ago, okay?